The wiretap originated from Jim Jones's phone. He is like informant number one or whatever the fuck he's referred to in the paperwork.
Pin it up, pin it up.
Now, the Jim Jones and 38 Spesh situation, right? You took it upon yourself and you went off on this man. What's going on with Jim Jones?
Jim Jones, again, starting with what Spesh said, you've never been in the conversation of being like a nice barsmith. You know, you're like, it's more of like a playful, like Cameron put you in position to have a career. Like, that's that. Jim Jones, there's so much associated to him where it's like, what artists have ever got on that didn't become, I don't know. Matt's B is the one example I can think of. Okay. Like I did not personally know who Max B was until Jim Jones. There's that. And they say Max B's a fucking snitch now too. And I've actually seen that. I've actually seen that paperwork. So yeah, you know,
It's legit.
Yeah, it's legit. I was a big Max B fan, but he did some things that cut his time, and that's why he's home. He was supposed to do like 75 years. Even in the feds, you do like, what was it, like 80, 90% of the time or some shit. So that's very unfortunate. But Jim had an arrest in 2018 for guns and drugs. Georgia is within the state of Georgia. Georgia has mandatory minimum sentencing for gun charges, whether you're a civilian or a felon. I don't know which one Jim falls in. Jim got no time. T.I. was arrested with like dozens of assault rifles. Okay. Also in the same mandatory minimum sentence state and received a year.
Well, they said that that was because he did those commercials, whatever, the Crime Stoppers, but
no, sorry. Like, I've been arrested. I did AA and NA and all the fucking things. And, you know, I became the fucking student body president of my college. They paid me to attend. Literally, I was the student body president. They paid 3/4 of my tuition. I had an office. Majority of professors had, like, my office was bigger than the majority of professors. That's not getting you a fucking year, bro. Jim Jones' case was like a gun. T.I. had like dozens of assault rifles or whatever the fuck. My point is, these dudes they're the feds. And then when I think it was Mel Matrix, they're on the phone together. It's like, we need to super violate 6ix9ine. The wiretap originated from Jim Jones's phone. He is like informant number one or whatever the fuck he's referred to in the paperwork. Okay. I can't work with people like that, dude. I know that if shit ever goes bad for you, you're looking for the next man to sell through.
Right.
And you're going to have comments be like, oh, he's talking out of his ass. He knows nothing about the street life. Okay. Okay.
You were locked up.
In the CMB of it all, I'm Kareem Akbar.
You were locked up for a while.
I bank it and my hands are hella dirty. Go read my book.
Remember, he was the only white person in an all-black gang in prison, okay? Remember that. Anyway, so back to Jim Jones. You really just like went off on him. You were talking about his record label, Vampire Life, right? He has...
Dude, trust me. Like I just said, like Jadakiss would trade his whole roster for one Spesh. Jim Jones would do backflips. Jim Jones would let Busta Rhymes rub up on him from the back every day to get 38 Spesh on his label.
All right. And then this whole thing got turned into talking about money. Spesh asked, when did you get some money, Jimmy? You opened up for me in a 1,000 seat venue. Stop it.
That is funny because I definitely know that Spesh and I are more wealthy in today, at current right now, than Jim Jones. Not to say Jim Jones didn't have money at one point in time. I mean, you know, I don't know what his royalty splits were on the Dipset albums and stuff like that. I know he's had albums that sold well. I know he's had a couple gold and platinums and shit like that. But yeah, that was hilarious to me Because like I never knew that Jim Jones opened up a concert for Spesh. That's funny as shit.
But you did make it a point to say that he couldn't afford the rent at his studio, at his podcast studio.
He got locked out of his own shit.
Yeah.
But that's one of those things where these dudes just like listen, in my company, remember, I did Wu-Tang Meets the Indie Culture, 2005. That record went on to make over $1 million. I got paid $2,000. I never went back to that shit a day later, like a day again. I started Only Toledo Productions. I do the deals, the artist approves, the money comes to me. I pay me and I pay out. Why? No rapper since 2005 has ever owed me money. Okay? Rappers hate paying for shit. Jim Jones can clearly afford to pay rent at a fucking rental space podcast studio. It's just that mentality. I hate coming off of money unless it's some fucking drip, a ride, some jewels, like stupid rapper bullshit. Like you could spend money on this rental studio, the podcast studio, to hopefully better your career as transitioning from artist to podcaster if that's what you're doing. But you're not going to pay the rent so you get locked out. Like it's retarded behavior, bro. Super ass backwards. Like, where the fuck did you learn this at? This isn't the fucking streets. So the guy, the landlord, did the interview talking about like he kept trying to promise me like equity in the shit, like in the podcast. Like I haven't seen a cent of revenue from it. Like, just these dudes are always trying to fucking get over. And I'll tell you this, that's why RZA and Divine, shout out to Wu-Tang, are so prominent in business, because they don't look at people that want to go into business with them as licks. They look at it as a business opportunity, a potential relationship to really become something greater than just this moment. These rap motherfuckers, bro. God damn, bro. It's like, oh, if I didn't grow up with you, then it is what it is. Like, grow the fuck up. Okay? Grow the fuck up. Realize that there's people outside of maybe your element that can bring value to you as a person, your business. Me and Spesh met, and not to say that I had didn't see the same kind of allure in like a Hus Kingpin or a Planet Asia or a Compton Menace or a Crooked Eye or a Corruptor, whoever it might have been, but like I believed in him the same way I believed in Benny when we met and started working together. And I'm grateful. And it's like, Spesh didn't look at me as a lick. He looked at me like, teach me what you know, help me better my position in the game, make better albums, secure bigger features, land bigger deals, and was willing to listen and learn. He wasn't one of these fucking knucklehead know-it-all motherfuckers that knows jack shit. The most money Jim Jones has ever touched in recent history is when he got some businessman to give him $2 million to take a meeting with Kanye West, and Kanye didn't know there was money involved. Kanye took the meeting because Jim asked him to. He was doing it as his friend, and Jim got paid $2 million. That's the last time Jim's touched 7 figures of anything.
Wow. So you don't think that Jim Jones is better than Nas?
Wow. Man, I really got to think. I really got to think about that one. No, because there's literally like 5 artists potentially in the whole world who could even lay claim to an argument of being better than Nas.
What do you think of his argument that he has a better discography than 90% of New York City rappers?
Who said that? Jim Jones?
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that train of thought. Listen,
No way.
Jim Jones. Now listen, I love Dipset. I love the Diplomats, but I never fell in love with Diplomat music via Jim Jones. Everyone loves Cameron. Cam has always been the shit. Cameron is to like the Dipset movement, like Redman to Gilla House and Wu-Tang. Like Redman has personality, has charisma, he exudes character. Like that's Cameron. And that goes so far above and beyond rap. Okay. Now Cameron's also never been in the conversation of like you're a fucking barsmith. He's no Razcast, he's no Crooked Eye, but Cam's dope as shit.
Right.
So being in that conversation is irrelevant to him. Cam is the reason, like Spesh is the reason that a lot of these dudes in Trust eat. Benny is the reason all these BSF dudes eat. Cameron, Jesus Christ, he might have put on more motherfuckers than fucking Spesh and Benny combined.
Yeah.
Cameron's
Yeah,
influence
that's
is insane. So, no, Jim Jones, your catalog is not better than Cameron's. It's not better than Jewel's to me. And it's certainly not better than any of the fucking New York artists I fuck with.
there it is.
Wu-Tang Clan, G-Rap, Rakim. Just because you have a fuck ton of records doesn't make it a better catalog. Like, are you claiming you're better than Notorious B.I.G. because he had 2 official albums and you have like what 20? No, you don't win that argument. People still go and listen to Rated I, Life After Death every day. I literally listen to Life After Death at least once a month since the 90s. Okay. I believe I might own 1 Jim Jones album. I can't, in gun to my head, tell you the last time I played it, but like, I know Static Selector produced a single for him a couple albums ago. I know about that because Static's my friend and I follow his social media. Other than that, yay. No, I do not believe Jim Jones's catalog is better than maybe it's better than 15%.
That might be.
That might be a more accurate statement. But again, the original question was about money, and yes, it is hilarious that Jim Jones would open for Spesh. But the shows in Rochester, that's Spesh's homeland. Here's another example. There was a Tech Nine show with Rakim in Kansas City. Tech Nine was the headliner. See how I'm able to play devil's advocate here? Especially my man. I don't give 2 fucks about Jim Jones at all, but at least I'm like helping Jimmy's case a little. Okay. Tech Nine headlined over Rakim. Why? Because that's who people want to see at the end of the day is Tech Nine. Yes, I can't quantify how many tickets were sold based off of Rakim's name for that particular show, but safe to say 90% of those people would still be there if he was not a part of the show. 38 Spesh can sell 1,000 tickets on his own name accord in Rochester, in Buffalo, in New York City. Doesn't take away from the fact Jim Jones has played, probably, I don't know what the biggest he's played as a solo artist, maybe like a 10,000 cap room at the height of his career. Dipset has certainly played in front of, on international tours, probably hundreds of 100,000 plus people. In America, probably 20,000 plus people. Remember, what goes up must come down, okay? The sooner you acknowledge this as a truism, the better off in life you'll be. I know in my business, here's what I expect to make every year. It's like the median. It's a comfortable number for me. The past 7 years in a row, I have made well over that number. So I bank it. Because not every year can be, holy shit, I beat my expectations again. Perhaps it means maybe I need to raise my own bar. Rappers do rap shit and spend money like it's going out of style. Spesh isn't one of those, bro. I have a real estate portfolio of 7 million right now. Spesh has a real estate portfolio, crazy. I know what our catalogs collectively make. I know that literally as early as last month, we turned down a $3 million deal just for the label side of the catalog, not even his artist side. We're good. We're all good. Shout out to the people who came to me to allow me to help you better your careers and actually fucking applaud themselves.
Wow.